There was once a cheerful and playful boy. But suddenly, he became quiet and sad. He began sitting alone in a dark room, speaking to himself. People asked him what had happened, but he could not explain. His mind was not interested in anything anymore. Luckily, Gautam Buddha had come to stay near the boy's town for a few days. The boy's father took him to Buddha with great hope. The boy sat quietly around Buddha for a long time. He had never shared his pain with anyone before, but when he saw Buddha's calm nature and kind behavior, something inside him changed. The boy said, "I want to share what is in my heart. I want to ask you a question." The boy asked, "Why is it that some people succeed even in difficult times, while others never seem to get out of their struggles?" Buddha gently asked, "Why are you asking this question?" The boy replied, "I worked very hard for 2 years. I really wanted to achieve something, but I could not. Every day I feel like a failure. Please bless me so that no sorrow or difficulty can stop me in life." Buddha sat silently for a while and then said, "I will tell you a story. In this story, you will find all the answers you are looking for." Once, there was a king from a great royal family. He was very brave and also very handsome. The people of his kingdom loved him. Just seeing him made people happy, but one day, a war broke out. Foreign enemies attacked his kingdom. The war lasted for 11 days. The king saved his country, but he got badly injured. He lost one leg and one eye. A deep scar appeared on his face. It was so bad that people were afraid to even look at him. One day, the king was walking through his palace and saw the paintings of his ancestors. All of them looked strong and heroic. He thought to himself, "How will my painting look next to theirs? Will people remember my courage or just my wounds and weakness?" The next day, he made an announcement. He called all the great painters to his court. He gave them 2 conditions. First, the painting must be real. Second, the painting must inspire future generations. When the painters heard this, they became afraid. The king no longer looked like before. If they painted him as he truly looked, they feared punishment. But if they made him look better than real, they would break the first rule. Because of this, no painter stepped forward. Everyone stayed silent. The king became angry. He wanted to teach a lesson. He suddenly pointed at a young painter and said, "You will make my painting in 5 days. If you fail, you and all the other painters will be punished." On the 6th day, the court was full. The young painter came with his painting covered in cloth. Everyone was nervous and curious. What had he created? When the cloth was removed, the court went completely silent. Everyone was amazed. Then the entire court began to clap loudly. In the painting, the king was riding a powerful horse. His missing leg was hidden behind the horse's body. He was shown shooting an arrow, and one of his eyes was closed to aim. No one could tell that he had only one eye. The painting was so beautiful that his wounds were hidden, and his bravery was shining. The king was surprised. He asked the young painter, "How did you make such a beautiful painting when all the other experienced painters refused?" The young man said, "My lord, on the first day, I was very scared. I thought if I failed, many people would suffer. I kept thinking, why me? What did I do wrong? I was so tired. I slept right there in the palace. The next morning, I made a decision. I will stay calm and focus on your image." I stayed alone and began to watch all the negative thoughts inside me. I did this for 2 days. On the 3rd day, something changed. I started to see bravery even in your wounds. The next day, an idea came to my mind. I imagined you riding a horse and shooting an arrow. That picture gave me strength. I stayed calm and painted from my heart. The king was deeply moved. He hugged the young man and gave him a big reward. After the story, Buddha said to the boy, "This story has the answer to every question you asked." He said, "Let us begin with the first answer. You must face your problems. Most people make goals, create plans, and work hard. But when something goes wrong, they become sad and stop trying. They turn away from the problem, whether it is your spiritual path or your life in the world. Remember one thing. Turning away from problems is a mistake. The moment you turn away, you lose awareness. You disconnect from your inner power. Then fear takes control. Everything feels heavy. And that is when you lose from the inside. The boy was surprised and said, "Tathagat, this is exactly my story. I also gave up. Please show me the way." Buddha said, "You cannot control situations, but your reaction is always in your hands." Buddha asked, "Do you know what the best reaction is?" He answered, "When pain or difficulty comes, stay calm. Do not react. Just observe everything around you and inside you." This is what the young painter did. When things became hard, he stayed quiet and kept watching. Do you know what happened then? He started to see the way forward. Buddha continued, "When the painters saw the king, they only saw his wounds and his weak body. That filled them with fear. They became restless. They could not see anything good. You are doing the same with your life. When problems come, you create negative thoughts inside. You become unstable and try to escape. But instead, do what the young painter did. He observed the king without judgment. He also looked at his own thoughts and feelings calmly. Then he saw greatness in the king's broken body." The boy asked, "But how do I learn to see like that?" Buddha replied, "You must learn a special art. Anyone can learn to draw and color. But only a real artist can see beauty and goodness in everything. This is the art we all must learn in life. Start by looking at small problems and difficult things every day. Do not judge them. Over time, you will begin to see something good or useful in everything." Buddha said, "Always remember, the world you see is shaped by how you look at it. The moment you see your problems in a positive way, energy and new paths will appear in life, and one day, your whole life will feel like a blessing." Friends, without concentration, nothing great can be achieved. Every progress in this world is built on deep focus, so how can you take your concentration to the next level? Moral of the story, do not run away from difficulties. Stay calm and observe them without fear. With patience and the right perspective, you can find strength even in your weakness. Your attitude shapes your life. Train your mind to see the good, and every problem will become a step toward success.